The Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller by A. H. No. Parts 15 and 16 Physiognomy Part 2 and the Way to Get Rich. Part 15. Physiognomy Part 2. Strength of body is shown by stiff hair, large bones, firm and robust limbs, short muscular neck, firm and erect carriage, head broad and high, forehead short and peaked, bristly hair, large feet, harsh unequal voice and florid complexion. Weakness of body is distinguished by a small, ill-proportioned head, narrow shoulders, soft skin and pale complexion. Long life is indicated by strong teeth, sanguine temperament, middle size, large, deep and ruddy lines in the hand, large muscles, stooping shoulders, full chest, firm flesh, clear complexion, slow growth, wide ears and large eyelids. Short life may be inferred from a thick tongue, the appearance of the molars before the age of puberty, thin uneven teeth, confused lines in the hand, and quick but small growth. Intellect is denoted by thin skin, middle stature, bright eyes, fair complexion. Straight and fine hair, eyebrows joined, affable manner, moderation in mirth, and the temples slightly concave. A dunce may be known by a swollen neck, plump arms, sides and loins, a round head, fleshy forehead, pale eyes, dull, heavy look, small joints, snuffling nostrils, proneness to laughter, little hands, ill-proportioned head, either too large or too small, blubber lips, short fingers and thick legs. Fortitude is promised from a wide mouth, sonorous voice, slow, grave and always equal. Upright posture, large, open, steadfast eyes, the hair high above the forehead, the head much compressed or flattened, the forehead square and high, the extremities large and robust, the neck firm though not fleshy, large chest, dark complexion. Intrepidity often resides in a small body, with ruddy countenance, frowning eyebrows, small mouth, prominent nose and large lines in the hand. Boldness is characterized by a prominent mouth, rugged appearance, rough forehead, arched eyebrows, large nostrils and teeth, short neck, strong arms, ample chest, square shoulders and stern countenance. Timidity resides where we find a concave neck, pale color, weak eyes, soft hair, plump breast, shrill voice, small mouth, thin lips, broad, thin hands and small shambling feet. Prudence is generally distinguished by a head which is flat on the sides, broad, square forehead, slightly concave in the middle. Soft voice, broad chest, thin hair, bright eyes, large ears, aquiline nose. Irascibility may be seen in an erect carriage, clear skin, solemn voice, open nostrils, moist temples with superficial veins, thick neck, quick pace, bloodshot eyes, large unequal teeth. Melancholy is denoted by a wrinkled face, dejected eyes, slow pace, fixed look and deliberate respiration. Amorousness shows a fair slender face, hair exuberant on head, face and limbs, moist shining eyes, wide nostrils. Prominent lips. Gaiety shows a rosy agreeable countenance, a musical voice, an agile body and soft flesh. Envy appears with a wrinkled forehead, frowning, dejected look, pale countenance and dry, rough skin. Gentleness may be distinguished by a soft and moist palm, frequent shutting of the eyes, soft movement, slow speech, fine hair. Bashfulness may be discovered by moist half-closed eyes, moderate pace, slow speech, blushing countenance. Sobriety is accompanied by equal respiration. Regular features, easy carriage and sedate manners. Mental strength is signified by straight hair, a small body, shining eyes, grave intense voice, stout muscular body, broad back and shoulders. Good memory is common in those persons who are small, yet better formed in the upper than the lower parts, delicate skin, inclined to baldness, crooked nose, thick teeth, large ears. Bad memory is observable in persons who are larger in their superior than inferior parts, hairy hands and body. Coarse skin. Good sight is enjoyed by those persons who have black, thick, straight eyelashes, large bushy eyebrows. Hearing is most acute in those whose ears are well furnished with cartilage, well channeled and hairy. Smelling is most perfect in those who have large noses, descending very near the mouth, neither too moist nor too dry. Tasting is dainty in such as have a spongy, soft tongue, well moistened with saliva. Delicacy of touch is remarked in those who have sensitive nerves, soft skin. Moderately warm and dry. Part 16. The way to get rich. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads to fortune. He that by the plough would thrive, himself must either hold or drive, for age and want save while you may, no morning sun lasts a whole day, get what you can, and what you get, hold, 'tis a stone that will turn all your lead into gold, therefore be ruled by me, I pray, save something for a rainy day, remember, that time is money. For he that can earn $1 a day at his labor, and goes abroad, or sits at home 1/2 of that day, though he spend but 6 cents during his diversion or idleness, he ought not to reckon that the only expense he has really wasted, or rather thrown away, 50 cents besides. Remember, that credit is money. If a man lets his money lie in my hands after it is due, because he has a good opinion of my credit, he gives me the interest, or so much as I can make of the money during that time. This amounts to a very considerable sum, where a man has large credit and also makes a good use of it. Remember, that money is of a prolific or multiplying nature. Money will produce money, and its offspring will produce more, and so 5 shillings turned is 6, being turned again is 7 and 3 pence, and so on, till it becomes £100, and the more there is of it, the more it will produce on every turning, so that the profits rise quicker and quicker, and he who throws away a crown, destroys all that it might have produced, even some scores of pounds. Remember, that £6 a year is a groat a day. For this little sum, which may be daily wasted either in time or expenses unperceived, if a proper use be made of it, he may, on his own security, have the constant possession and use of £120. So much in stock, briskly turned by an industrious man, will always produce the greatest advantage to the tradesman. Remember this proverb, that the good paymaster is lord of another man's purse, for he who is known to pay punctually and exactly at the time he promises, may, at any time, and on any occasion, raise all the money his friend can spare. This is sometimes of great use. Next to industry and frugality nothing can contribute more to the raising of a man in the world than punctuality in all his dealings. Therefore, never keep borrowed money 1 single hour beyond the time promised, lest the disappointment should shut up your friend's purse forever, as the most trifling actions that affect a man's credit ought always to be avoided. The sound of the hammer at 5 in the morning, or at 9 at night, being heard by a creditor, makes him easy 6 months longer, but if he sees you at a gaming table, or hears your voice in a tavern, when you should be at work, he sends for his money the very next day and demands it before it is convenient for you to pay him. Beware of thinking all your own that you possess and of living accordingly. This is a mistake that many people of credit fall into, but in order to prevent this, always keep an exact account both of your expenses and also of your daily income and profits. For if you will only just take the trouble at first to enumerate particulars, it will discover unto you how wonderfully trifling expenses mount up to a large sum, by which you will also discern what might have been, and also what may for the future be saved without causing any great inconvenience. In short, the way to obtain riches, if you desire it, is as plain as the way to the market, which depends chiefly on 2 things, viz. industry and frugality, and take care that you waste neither time nor money, but daily make use of both. If you take care of the hours and days, the weeks, months and years will also take care of themselves. Constant experience proves that any business being first well contrived, is more than half done, for a sleeping fox catches no poultry, there will be sleep enough in the grave. And also, that lost time is seldom found again, for that which we generally call time enough, always proves little enough, for sloth makes things difficult, while industry makes them easy. He that rises late must trot hard all day and shall scarce overtake his business at night, for laziness travels so slow that poverty soon overtakes him. Drive your business, but let not that drive you, for early to bed and early to rise is the way to become healthy, wealthy and wise. Industry need not wish. While he who lives on a vain hope will die fasting, for we find that there is nothing to be done or accomplished under the sun without labor. He that hath a trade, hath an estate, and he that hath a profession, hath an office and profit with honor, but then the trade must be worked at, and the profession well followed, or they will not enable you to pay rent and taxes. At the working man's house hunger looks in but dares not enter, for industry pays debts, while despair increases them. Diligence is the mother of good luck, as Solomon saith, the diligent hand maketh rich, while he that dealeth with a slack hand becometh poor, for God gives all things to industry. Then plough deep while the sluggards sleep, and you shall have plenty, while others have reason to complain of hard times. Therefore keep working while it is called today, for you know not how much you may be hindered tomorrow, and never leave that business to be done tomorrow which you can do today. For since you are not sure of a single hour, throw not that away. How many are they who live daily by their wits, and who often break from want of a stock in hand, while industry gives comfort, plenty, and respect. Keep your shop well, and then your shop will keep you. For it sometimes happens that the eyes of a master will do more work than both his hands, and more especially if his head be any reasonable length, for the want of care doth more damage than the want of knowledge. If you do not overlook your workmen, you may just as well leave them your purse open. The trusting too much to the care of others has completely ruined many a man. If you would be wealthy, think of being careful and saving, for women and wine, game and deceit, make the wealth small and the wants great. That which maintains one vice, would bring up 2 children. And if you wish to know the value of money, only just go and try to borrow a little. He that goes borrowing, goes sorrowing, and, indeed, so doth he who lends it unto such people, when he goes to try to get it back again. Pride that dines on vanity, sups on content and often breakfasts with plenty, dines with poverty and sups with infamy, creates envy, and hastens misfortunes, for it is hard for an empty bag to stand upright. Creditors have generally much better memories than debtors, who are also a kind of superstitious set, great observers of set or appointed days and times, so that those have but a short Lent who owe money to be paid at Easter, for expenses are always so constant and certain, that it is much easier to build 2 chimneys than to keep one in fuel. Rather go to bed supperless than rise in debt. Always do unto others as you would wish to be done by, is the first fundamental law of natural justice. So ends parts 15 and 16 of The Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller. Stay tuned for the next and final part of the series, part 17, The Pleasures of Dreaming. Also, feel free to check out our treasure trove of literary gems at the Weird Audiobooks YouTube library.